Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Matthew Johnson, and it is Friday morning. Yay! Friday morning, July 6th, 2018, 8:07 a.m. in the morning. And I'm driving to work. Well, let's just cut to the chase, shall we? If you decide to venture down the rabbit hole, i.e., getting to know the Bigfoot Forest people for who they really are, the Xanue, who have paranormal abilities, which boils down to the fact that they're just simply able to manipulate quantum physics, quantum mechanics, just like Jesus was able to when he stopped the storms and turned water into wine and healed the sick and raised the dead. The Xanue, who walk by faith, who never fell, are able to do that as well. So, bottom line is, they're not gods, they're a creation of God, and they worship God, and they worship Christ, and they're fellow people journeying life's path headed toward the ultimate end, which is to be reunited with family, friends, and God in the afterlife. So, anyway, when you're venturing down the rabbit hole and you're beginning to realize, as your eyes open because you took the red pill instead of just the blue pill, little reference to the Matrix in case some of you don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Watch the trilogy with the Matrix, and that you'll understand that whole red pill, blue pill thing. So anyway, for those of you that have taken the red pill and your eyes are opening and you're heading down the rabbit hole, guess what? There are foxes in the rabbit hole. Foxes? Yeah, foxes. Meaning, with good, there's bad. With holy, there's evil. With the Xanue, there's the Xuxiko. And the Xuxiko is just the Xanue's name for demons, for fallen angels. And so if you decide to amp up your walk with God, amp up your walk with Christ. If you decide to amp up your relationship with the Xanue, who are pure in heart, who are kind people of faith, who love and live life and laugh, they're pranksters. They have a sense of humor. And anyway, if you decide to, walk on the light side of the force, well, the dark side of the force is there too. So in the rabbit hole, there are foxes. And the last 2 nights, Cynthia and I were reminded of that. So just look at the picture below. I can't put it on this video, but I'll post it below this video. So just, scroll down, look at the picture. Anyway, 2 nights ago, we're sleeping, and all of a sudden we're woken up because 2 mirrors come crashing off the wall. And that's happened before, if you've been staying up with my posts, but not for a while. Anyway, turned on the lights, and there was a not so nice presence in the room, and then the Xanue quickly came in, and you could feel the evil presence gone. And Cynthia and I are there talking, and eventually we turn off the lights, and we're trying to go back to sleep, and then all of a sudden I feel 2 hands on top of the blankets down by my legs, and they eventually find my feet, and then they do their typical run the energy up my feet, up my legs, all the way up to my head and back down, kind of like a energy wash. And they did that 3 times. And it just, made me feel very relaxed and comfortable, and I fell back to sleep. So then last night, Cynthia and I are sleeping, and around 2 a.m., another mirror comes crashing off the wall. And we wake up, and I talked with her, about the Xuxiko, and we were kind of discussing that. And so then we turn the lights back off and kind of roll over on my side. And then all of a sudden I'm hearing in the dark the mirrors being worked on. Like there's some kind of fingernails trying to get underneath the mirrors and then trying to pry them loose, because it's got some pretty strong, very actually strong sticky tape, double-sided sticky tape behind the mirrors, attaching it to the wall. And so I hear it being worked on for a good minute and a half, trying to pry the mirrors off the wall, and all of a sudden, bam, 2 mirrors come off the wall. After a minute and a half trying to loosen them and free them from the wall. So we turn the light back on. And all of a sudden, in 2 nights, we have 5 mirrors that have been popped off that wall. And I just started rebuking the Xuxiko in the name of Christ. I said, you know what? I'm getting tired of you. You need to get out of here. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke you. Be gone. Get out of here. And then ask God, would you please, fill the room with your Holy Spirit and keep them away. And then had a quick little chat with Zora saying, look, dude, you promised a guardian for life. Where the heck are they? And, they were immediately in the room. You could feel their presence. And, so, anyway, Cynthia and I talked about how the dark comes with the light, the foxes come with the rabbits, and apparently the Xuxiko come with the Xanue. And so it was an interesting little talk around, by that time 2:15, 2:20 in the morning. And we turn off the light and we're laying in bed, trying to go back to sleep. And all of a sudden I feel 2 hands, on top of the blankets down by my legs again, and working their way toward my feet, trying to find my feet under the blankets. And once I do, they grab a hold of my toes and send that energy wave from my toes through my feet all the way up my legs to my head and back down to my feet, and do it 3 times again. And I feel, very relaxed, and roll over and spoon with Cynthia, and we go back to sleep. And this morning I'm, the alarm goes off and we're laying in bed and talking before we get out of bed to get ready to go to work. And I'm joking with Cynthia about, so are you still enjoying the rabbit hole? And she said, Matt, this isn't our first time, And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And then she reminded me of other times, the Xuxiko with Zeus and what happened before the conference last year, the wave of water, the wall of water, the tsunami dreams, and one time pulling into our driveway and seeing a very dark grayish shadow kind of zip across our driveway in front of our faces. And she's like, I'm all in. And we got to talking, and this is one thing I want to say to everybody before I sign off, is they can't do anything to you. Right? When I became a Christian at age 15, the Xuxiko jumped me 2 nights in a row in my bed. They were pushing me down into the mattress and mocking the fact that I gave my life to Christ, and told me that they'd be on my case the rest of my life. Well, they are on my case the rest of my life. But that's all they did, was pin me to the bed and push me down and try to intimidate me. And then with the whole Zeus thing and the whole wall of water thing and the mirror thing, that's all they do. They're just trolls. They're just dark spiritual trolls. That's it. They can't jump you and kill you. So all they do is try to intimidate people and try to get people to be afraid of them because they feed off of fear. So if you're going down the rabbit hole, there are foxes in the rabbit hole, and those foxes want you to be afraid because they feed off of your fear. So don't be afraid. Don't feed them. Don't feed the foxes. Just laugh at them, mock them back, rebuke them in the name of Christ. Ask God to get rid of them and go on with your day because there's nothing they can do. They're just trying to play an intimidation game. And just like the trolls out there, and Bigfoot do not intimidate me, no matter how much they flick crap my way. The Xuxiko don't as well. So anyway, just wanted to pass that on. If you're heading down the rabbit hole, there are foxes in the rabbit hole. If you want to keep yourself safe, just keep believing that they're upright, hairy, bipedal primates and that they're dumb giant mountain apes and descendants of Gigantopithecus. Then you in your blue pill world will be just fine. You'll be safe. But if you take that red pill and you head down the rabbit hole, there's a whole lot of interesting experiences waiting for you. And most of them are positive. This is Dr. J, wishing you an awesome Friday and an awesome weekend. See you next week.